kind of had a lot going on. Did some home time. We were in a brand new 2021 Kenworth T680 that we got because, again, we had another issue with the ABS system in the 2020 Freightliner that we were in. So, anyways, kind of catch you up what's been going on. So, we got to spend last weekend, the weekend before Thanksgiving, with Mom and Dad and family in Boise. It was a good time. We got to go up there for 3 days and enjoy. It was really nice. Dad's doing good, it's looking good. Mom was in the hospital prior to that, and she got out the day that we got into town, which was really good. Blessings for that. She's doing better, so good. We got to spend that time there. It was a great blessing to be with them. And then we headed on to California with a load, which is really good. We needed to drop off. We had way too much stuff. So Alex, first of all, doesn't like to do laundry. So for Alex, it was good for him to have all his clothes. That way, he was coming home every 3 weeks, and then I would do all the laundry at the end of the 3 weeks, and then he wouldn't have to deal with laundry. Well, the problem with that is he had so much clothes. I went and I bought these Foot Lockers. It's a pretty nice size to help organize our stuff. We use the top bunk to throw everything up there so that we had room. Thinking, oh, we only needed one bunk because one of us would drive and the other would sleep and vice versa. But then we found out quickly that we really needed both bunks because the bottom bed was too small for both of us to sleep on comfortably. We could, but it wasn't comfortable for long periods of time. And that we were stopping a lot and really needed 2 bunks. So we decided we needed to go through Phoenix to drop off a bunch of stuff. I do laundry about every week and a half. Every week we'll stop at a terminal or one of the truck stops and do laundry. So it's not a problem. So we were able to get rid of 3 Foot Lockers full of stuff. So now we have the top bunk and the bottom bunk is accessible. We just have 1 Foot Locker that we pull down when we stop to sleep. It's very manageable and it works out well. So we were getting into Phoenix, and I was driving. It's about 4 a.m. Normally when you come through Phoenix, Phoenix is the corporate headquarters, so everything, just like at any corporate place, everything's usually by the book, right? All trailers get inspected, DOT inspection coming through the fuel line when you go into Phoenix, whether you're fueling or not. To get into the yard, you go through that inspection. That allows them to really check the trailers well to make sure that all the trailers are in good condition. Well, just so happened, it's the day before Thanksgiving. I'm sure a lot of people have it off. 4 a.m. in the morning, people are all piling into Phoenix because they were coming home for home time for Thanksgiving. This is the day before Thanksgiving. They had 1 technician working 4 fuel lanes with at least 2 trucks deep waiting to get through the fuel lanes. So he just started passing people through without doing that inspection. I was one of them. I stopped, got my fuel. He's like, go ahead and go. Against my better judgment, I'm like, okay, because I was tired. I was wanting to drop the trailer because we had to, while we were in Phoenix, we had to do an A-level maintenance, which means they check the oil, they check everything. So it's like, it was a 170,000 mile check, so they had to check everything. A B-level service means they're just doing fluids, like checking your fluids and changing your oil. So this was the one that would take like an hour and a half to do. So I wanted to drop the trailer, get over in the qualification line, so I was the first one in the morning we could get through and get back on the road. So went through, I dropped the trailer, went over, but that night also the ABS light came on for Alex when he was driving. It was on when I was driving, but then I was able to reset it, and I thought, okay, maybe it just needed to be reset. by turning the power off to there's a switch you turn all power off. But then right before Phoenix, those lights came back on, which is the same situation we had when we ended up having to have that loaner because we had to take our truck to the dealer. Anyways, those lights came on. So I'm like, all right, well, I'll mention it to the tech when I go through the qualification line. So 6 a.m. comes. There was one truck in front of us. Good job. We got through there. Pulled in, told the guy, we're here for our A-level maintenance. He's like, okay. And I said, also, explained to him, showed him the lights, what happened. He's like, well, then after the maintenance, you're going to have to go in the shop to inspect the ABS. Great. So, better safe than sorry, right? So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I called to let the driver leader know. Our driver leader was actually out. She had a death in the family. So it was another driver leader that was there. And I'm just like, you know what? This is the 4th or 5th time we've been in for this issue. I said, we just got the truck back after 2 weeks of being at the dealer for rewiring the wire harness for the same issue. I said, we either need a loaner, because no telling how long this is going to take, or it would be nice to just get a new truck. So she said, well, we have one new truck, which was this one, the 21 Kenworth. She said, but I have to get permission to see if it's reserved for anybody or if it's available. And then she gave me a list of other trucks to go out and check. Well, we went and checked a couple of the trucks, and they were smokers that were in it before, and it was like, it was a no-go. There's no way. She called me back. She's like, all right, you got permission. You guys can take the 21. So I'm like, yes. So we get the 21. We take the 20 over. It took us, I think, maybe 3 hours to pull everything out, because one of the things is this truck has more space in the back with less cabinet space. So now we're trying to figure out where we're going to put everything. We already took all the extra out. We had to condense it even more because there was less cabinet space here. So we finally got it. It took us three and a half hours to do that. So then, because this new truck has a new system, it's called Zonar. It uses a Samsung tablet for the logs, navigation, communication, all that stuff, compared to the big, old, clunky Qualcomm system. The problem is those two units don't communicate together. So we would either need to go into the office and have them print off our last 8 days of logs, so we have that in case we need to present our logs, or we would have to do a 34-hour reset. So talking to the supervisor in logs, she's like, just go up to the driver leader building and have them print off your 8 days of logs. So we're like, okay. Well, because there was a corona outbreak at the Phoenix terminal, there was like people in that office that got it. They closed it down. Everybody's working from home, and there's a bunch of people in the shop that got it. Well, whatever. But Swift takes very seriously. Like when it happens, they close it up and do what they need to do. So really good job, Swift. But the problem was nobody was there to print our logs. So because of that, we had to take a 34-hour reset. Okay, so that means that since this is Tuesday or Wednesday at 4 p.m., we would not be able to start driving until Friday morning at 2 a.m. Okay, all right, not a huge deal. We'll just get to spend Thanksgiving with Sister. So we got to go have dinner with Nikki and Jason, and it was really nice to be able to see them too. So we got back. Alex was going to start driving at 2 a.m. So then we get back. We're trying to figure out how to get logged into the Zonar system. We get in there. We think it's right. Then Alex goes and hooks up the trailer. And we're doing our pre-inspection of the trailer. We always do our pre-inspection. A lot of people say, oh, it's not that huge. No, it's very important to do your pre-trip. Because during our pre-trip, we found out that one of the back tandems, the tire was out on the inside tire. So it looked like it was good. But when you hit it with with your mallet to check, it definitely was not good. So that means we had to go through the fuel line to have that tire changed. So we went out, came through the fuel line, and they changed the tire super fast. They changed both tires on that, so super fast. It was really good. But because we were going through the fuel line, they did the inspection that was supposed to have been done. So he's like, where are you guys going? And Alex said, Florida. And he's like, okay, well, we red tagged this trailer because you have a axle seal that's leaking. So we had to go, which means that we had to drop the trailer. They had to take it to the trailer shop and fix that. Well, there's a couple things. Number one, our fuel routes did not update in the system. That's our first problem at 2 a.m. is it had our starting point and our finishing point, but no fuel routes. If there's not fuel routes, we don't know where to stop for fuel, and we're not authorized. We have to, be authorized to get fuel. So first I was working with people on that. So we were going to wait until 7 a.m. when our driver later was back on Friday morning to see what we could do with that. It still didn't work out. They even tried to remove the load, reload it, redispatch it. For whatever reason, our fuel route did not load. So now what we have to do is, like, when we get to half a tank of gas, we have to stop, have to call in, ask to be authorized for fuel. They'll give us 65 gallons at a time instead of letting us fill up. So it's a pain in the butt, but whatever. We'll get there. Hopefully the next one, it will be worked out. So we dropped the trailer. Now we have to sit and wait. So we sit and wait. Finally, at like almost 6 o'clock, the trailer was done. So then Alex was going to start driving. He went over, hooked up the trailer. Long story short, we finally got on the road about almost 9 p.m. So we're doing that. We're on the road. Now we're on the way. So a lot's been happening. But we are on the way to Florida, and I figured it's probably enough for this video. That was a lot, right? Anyhow, I love the new truck. Brand new. We now have 676 miles on it. When we got it, it was 30. So we got to put the first miles on the truck. It smells great. It has all kinds of new little bells and whistles. But yeah. Anyways. Alright, well, I just wanted to do a quick video, kind of get everybody caught up, let you know what's been going on in our life. I'm going to try to continue to maintain at least twice a week, just throwing a video up, just to keep everybody kind of aware of what's going on, tell you little stories. Oh, I do have one more thing I want to say, just a PSA. When you're out on the highways, and there's a big rig, and you're passing us, that's great. We know that we don't always go as fast. Well, some go really fast, but we know that sometimes we don't go as fast, especially going uphill. Do us a favor. Don't cut immediately in front of us. Give us like 200 feet distance before you come over, because understand that it will take us a long time to stop. And if you get in front of us and we have to slam on the brake because you slammed on your brake, 9 times out of 10, we're not going to be able to stop. With up to 80,000 pounds of cargo, or 80,000 pounds total weight, trying to stop, it's not going to be pretty. So give us a break, give us a little bit of room, be courteous. For the most part, I mean, there's some asshole drivers out there who are just assholes, but for the most part, most of them are pretty good. We understand that you guys can go faster than us, you can stop quicker than us, you can start quicker than us. Just give us a little bit of courtesy, give us a little more room before you cut over in front of us. But anyhow, that's it. Alright guys, love you much, talk to you soon.